Alright, for this sheet with the power rule, let's look at number 1. Here's what we're doing. We have x squared to the fourth power. Alright, so here's what's happening when you see uh, a power taken to another power. You're going to apply the power rule. Alright, so we have x squared. Sorry, x squared. There's x times x. Now, we have that x squared to the fourth power. So that x squared is being multiplied by itself 4 times. Okay, so there's x squared times x squared times x squared times x squared. Okay, so now you're just multiplying all these x's together. Let's see how many x's we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is x to the 8th power. Okay, alright, how do we get that? Or what operation would we have had to use with the 2 and 4 to get 8? Well, we had to multiply, right? That's 2 x's 4 times, right? So that's basically 2 times 4. So the power rule is you multiply the two powers together. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and just use that rule. 7 to the fourth power to the third power. Okay, so again, power rule. One key visual cue is you see the exponent with the exponent term with a parentheses around it, and then an exponent right outside it. Okay, so basically you're just multiplying, just like we did here. 2 times 4, we're going to multiply 4 times 3. The base is 7, we'll keep it at 7. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so you're just multiplying. The exponent outside the parentheses, you multiply to the exponent inside the parentheses. Alright, let's do another one. Let's do number 3. Alright, so for 3, there are 2 exponents outside the parentheses. Inside the parentheses. So we're going to multiply the 3 to the 2, 3 times 2, and also the 3 to this 2, 3 times 2. So that x is going to be to the 6th power, and the y is also going to be to the 6th power. Okay. Let's take a look at number 4. The exponent goes to every term inside the parentheses. Okay. So right now, there's a 4 and an x, so that 5 has to go to that 4 and x. So 4 to the 5th power, x to the 5th power, and that's all you can do with that one. It's like there's a 1 exponent on the 4. 1 times 5 is 5. So 1 exponent on the x. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay. Let's go ahead and do number 7 also. Number 7. Alright, so there are a couple of exponents inside the parentheses. The exponent outside the parentheses is going to get multiplied to those exponents inside. So you have here 5 times 2 for the x, and then 5 times 4 for the y. So for the x, you have 5 times 2 is 10. For the y, you have 5 times 4, which is 20. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's do number 12. That 5 goes to every term. It's going to be multiplied by the exponent for every term in the parentheses. So that n gets a 5. That 2 gets a 5 exponent in the denominator, so it's 2 to the 5th. And then for this one, you have a 4 times 5, right? 4 times 5, that's going to be 20, so it's going to be y to the 20th power. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do number 16. Okay, so same thing. That 2 goes to every term in the parentheses. You're going to multiply that 2 to every exponent inside the parentheses. Alright, for this 5, there's a 1 exponent there, right? So the 5 is going to get a 1 times 2, so it's going to be 5 to the 2nd power. For the n, it's going to be 3 times 2. So you're just multiplying, and that x, it's a 1 times 2, or that you can think of it that x also gets an exponent. Okay? And this one, right, the number here is small enough where you can just go ahead and simplify it. 5 squared. That's 5 times 5. So it's going to be 25 n to the 6 x squared. Okay, so you can put either one. Let's do a few more here. Number 11. Okay, so actually let's not do 11. Let's do number 19. All right, so again I'm multiplying. That's 0 times 5. 0 times 5. The base is x. 0 times 5 is 0. Okay, so it's x to the 0. I think you know now that x to the 0 is always, anything to the 0 is 1. Okay, so you can also just put a 1. Anything to the 0 power is just 1.